Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ADHD Hobbies and some Space Marine. Today, we're going to go over everything I could come up with dealing with the power swords in the game. If you're like me, you came across these after using the chain sword and you weren't quite sure if you wanted to upgrade. Let me tell you, they're called power swords for a reason. These things are iconic. They go all the way back to some of the earliest Astartes, even Rabute Gilliman, the leader of the Ultramarines, and some of the other ones like the Dark Angel Captain Belial also have legendary power swords. They've even made their way into the little collectibles, and people have done some amazing painting around those. Now, you first get introduced to the power sword, and if you're like me, it felt underwhelming. The chain sword was one that I was cleaving through everything, I was chopping up everything, blood was splattering everywhere, and then I get the power sword and I feel like I was stuck on just enemies, wasn't killing the fast mobs that I was after. Well, it turns out I was using it wrong. If you take a look at it, the power sword has two different variants. It has the first variant, which allows you to focus down enemies, and then the second variant lets you just clear out mobs. And if you really learn how to use them and jump in between the two, you can get some great combos and take out a lot of bosses and a lot of mobs with very little effort. Now, the game starts you off by default with the speed style. This is a style that's good for focusing down bosses. So you'll see here that immediately before facing a mob, you need to switch the style, and you do that by simply holding down the attack button that you use for the sword on whatever system you're on. With computer, it's the right mouse button. Now, if you're having trouble remembering some of the combos, you can go to your pause menu and take a look at it right here. And you can see that the combos are all relatively easy to do, just a matter of hitting the button in a certain amount of time and a little bit of timing. But once you get them down, you'll start power slamming like this in no time. Now, once you get done with the power combo like that, and killing everything, switch back over to the speed style for some of your bigger enemies like this. It allows for much faster attacks. It also allows for quicker parrying, which lets you get some of these really awesome shots in and drop them quick. Once you gain access to Operations or Eternal War, you're going to get access to the Armor Hall. And this is where you can check on your different weapons and give them the upgrades that you want. It's also a place where you can come here and spend your different points to buy different versions of the weapons. It's important to know that these versions do not stack. Each one of these tabs that you see across here is a different weapon entirely to itself. And there's different tiers here that as you get the points leveled up, you can effectively purchase more powerful weapons down the line, which have cool skins. Now, if you want to upgrade those weapons, the perk tree is where you got to go. This is where I feel like the weapon system really shines. The other weapons that we were looking at in the previous window, those are just different powerful weapons. You can buy those, they're generic. But the perk tree is where you get to really form the sword and any other weapon around your playstyle. You can come here and pick the things you want. You can choose if you're fast attack, slow attack, AoE. There's just so many different things and different combinations. And to even top it off, you can reset the points at any time you want. It can take a little bit of time, but once you get used to swapping between the two fighting styles, you're really going to start chewing through the mobs with no problem at all. You're going to have a lot more opportunities for the executions and special shots, and a lot more health and armor because of it. I'd like to thank everybody that stuck around. I'm having a blast making these videos, and as always, hit that like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. If you have any ideas for any other weapons or content I can make for Space Marine, also feel free to drop that comment. Until next time, until next operation, you have a good day.